Hello, everybody. Welcome to Huddle Time with Ronit. Hey, everybody. A little bit late into the game. We had a little bit of some sort of connection issues. Now we're back on. Broadcasting live from Montana, actually. We are live from Montana. I hope you guys are doing great. How things are going for you guys over there in Seattle. Welcome to Huddle Time with Ronit. I'm going to be waiting for you to come on as you guys are coming on. It is Monday, beginning of a new week. How you guys all doing? Hope you guys are doing good. It's 2 o'clock in New York. It is 1 o'clock in Chicago, and it is Montana. 11 o'clock in the morning. Hope you guys are doing good. Welcome to Huddle Time with Ronit. How's everybody doing? As you all coming along, we have some really super amazing guests today. My good friend Bart Foreman. And we're going to be talking about marketing. We're going to be talking about branding. We've been talking about marketing and branding all weekend long. The new branding, the new marketing, the new way of messaging in the world that we live in today. After COVID-19. Hi, Kimberly. How you been? Tell me, guys, where you are from, where you dialing in. Love to see if you are working, if you're back into the salon life. How long have you been back into the salon life? How's it going? What are the challenges that are going on in your world right now? Or what are the happiness? What are the great wins that you guys are having right now? You know, exactly a week ago, or actually maybe 7 days ago, my husband and I decided that we're going to take the show on the road since we have the opportunity to be in an Airstream with our two dogs. And we decided that, as we coach remotely, we do all our work on digital. And so we decided, why don't we just go tour the country, since some of the states has opened the borders, and that's what we can do right now. So we're sitting right now inside an Airstream, filming and shooting right here from you, straight from here to you. And we are in the middle of this unbelievable, beautiful field in Missoula, Montana. So it's gorgeous here. I can't even tell you how beautiful it is. Yeah, there is Sammy right behind me. So it's great because we're able to broadcast live from here all the new innovations that we've learned how to do through the past 4 months. So hopefully you guys can do something just like that and travel. And so, follow us on Facebook. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be traveling for the next few weeks, teaching and learning from everybody and hosting some great people on our show. So I'd love to bring a good friend of mine into it. This is Bart Foreman. He has formed a great marketing agency called the Endgame Marketing. Love that name. Wouldn't you love that game? What's the end game? It's a marketing agency that challenges clients to step into the new rowing of 2020, and not only the new ways of thinking, but now more than anything, how we interpret it into the new way of messaging. He's a marketing strategist and in love to manipulate data, which we're going to talk about manipulation of data. He's an analytical. He loves reading data and analyzing everything to do with that and manipulate it. But he creates a new vision, new thinking, new energy that we're going to be discussing this with you. So I'd love to bring her into the show. Hi, Bert. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Now, you're in Minnesota.
I am. This M is not from Minnesota, but I'm in Minnesota.
How's the weather over there today?
It's been raining. Just to the east of us, they had like 5 inches of rain and flood warnings. It's going to be about 88 degrees and about 90% humidity. and it's going to be like that all week.
Oh, well, so what
And
do you
then,
do?
and then next week, right after the 4th of July, it's going to snow.
Of course.
Welcome to climate change.
Well, you know what? I don't think it's going to snow for the rest of this time. So you're good. What do you do when it's hot like that?
Turn on the air conditioning.
Well, that's fantastic. So, Bart, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, you already told me, marketing in the new COVID-19 economy, or as I like to say, economic pandemic, because that's where we are right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And just when we think things will get better, they don't. And it's a roller coaster. And anybody who thinks this is short term, I think we got to think again. This is going to be long term. And we have to be, as salons, every owner has to really be smart about how they stay connected with their guests while trying to get new guests. So, I mean, it's a whole new challenge.
It is. Now, when we talk about the new norm of doing marketing, I'd love to talk to our people and actually talk to them and see what is the difference. What is actually marketing? When we talk, I mean, it's such a big topic and it's such a big word. But what is marketing?
Good question. Let's put it this way. If you put 10 marketers in a room and ask them what's marketing, you will get 30 opinions. Okay, there's never been a real good definition of marketing. But let me begin by saying it's got to be simple. We have to simplify things. It's not brain surgery. And so when we go to define it, and you talked about branding a little bit, which is part of marketing. What's your brand? And I really challenge people a lot on that when I work with clients about that. But in terms of the simplest definition of marketing in its most simplified form, okay, it's what a salon does to emotionally engage their guests and prospects to influence their next sale or their next visit or their next something. And there's 3 key words in that definition, that very simple definition: emotionally, engage, and influence. That's what marketing is.
So marketing markets influence, and it touches on emotional base. And how does that portray in today's emotional feelings that we're going through? How are we marketing in salon industry, in the beauty industry, whether you're a beauty professional or whether you are, in the world of actually creating different messages, and you're, whether you're a salon owner, whether you're a manufacturer, you're a brand. How do we connect emotion level and attract what we're looking to attract? And what are we looking to attract?
Well, to answer your last question first, we're looking to attract new guests, but we're also looking to attract new staff because, and especially in the COVID-19 economy, not everybody's staff is going to come back to full strength. And it boils down to proactively respond to the needs and the fears, the anxieties of both guests and staff. Okay, there's a new cadence in the market. Okay, that's a given. There's a new cadence in the market. A lot of it's driven by anxiety, the fear of unknown consequences. And we see it every day. We don't know what this virus is going to do next, and we don't know what it's going to do to you and me and your staff. Okay. When I was just shocked when Texas opened up a month or so ago, and like the next day, it was reported that a stylist had infected like 84 people who had come into the salon. And she showed symptoms. I don't know if they were doing temperature checks or what, but she showed symptoms right from the get-go, and the salon let her stay in there. And these are the things that cause the anxiety. So we've got to do things to alleviate fear.
Yeah.
And Ronit said, talked about messaging. Okay, the number one message, and this is the one word I hope everybody takes away from this. The one word is you've got to make your team and your guests feel comfortable. You've got to build a story around the fact that you're safe. It's a good environment to be in.
Yeah.
You're doing all the right things. Okay, and you've got to demonstrate it. But in your messaging, whether it's emails, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, on your website, the challenge is to make people feel comfortable.
And I'm glad that you're bringing it up, because I've been watching quite on a regular basis feeds on Facebook, pictures, and Instagram. And here we are, 2 or 3 weeks ago, Atlanta was the first one to open up. Georgia was the first one to open up. And so everybody was showing on pictures to the world about how safe they are, and the environment is very safe. So they were taking pictures with masks and shields and all of that stuff. And it felt really great, because you knew that the salon that you're going to actually go to is very safe, and you feel comfortable because they're showing, and the messaging and the marketing to all of us was great. Now I'm looking at feed pictures, and everybody is taking pictures together. There are no that many face masks. There are no showing up that the salon is still safe. So my thought comes to it, and this is a worry, this is a concern, and tell me what you think. If marketing is about messaging, and if the message is not consistent, then we're losing trust in our consumer. Consumer will say, well, you know what? I came to your salon because I feel safe. 2, 3, 4 weeks later, hi, Patty. How are you? So good to see you. 2 or 3 weeks later, right? They're not taking safety measurements. And now we have a situation of spike. I'm going to think twice if I want to come back to that salon. Even though I've been here for 10 years and I felt very safe coming, I don't trust you very well, because all I see in the feed, pictures with no masks. And you're not sending a message about the safety now. You're sending a message about come get your collar done. So I feel like if marketing is consistent, what we have with COVID is a perfect example to take and to teach our listeners that across the board, we have to be very consistent with our messaging and stick to what we got to do. Otherwise, you will lose trust. And that's the last thing you want to lose. Is that correct, Bart?
Yeah, not only is it the last thing, it's the first thing you don't want to lose is trust. Mm-hmm. Everything Ronit said is 100% accurate. I'm not going to repeat all the words again. But she's absolutely right. And we fall back, and we're all guilty of it. Okay, we're all guilty of it in terms of falling back into the old routines. Suddenly, in the beginning of opening up, COVID-19 was front and center of everyone's mind. And hey, we've got to show everybody how safe we are. Hey, now that they know we're safe, let's huddle together and take pictures of ourselves all together. Wearing masks? No. Okay, 6 foot distancing. I don't call it social distancing. I call it physical distancing, because I'm as socially close to you guys right now and close to Ronit right now as I ever have been. So I call it physical distancing, and that becomes critical. Those X's on the pavement waiting to get into the grocery store, they're there for a reason. And at least up here in Minnesota, most people follow those. Okay, and we wear masks. I almost brought my mask down. I was going to wear it, but then I
was thinking about doing the same thing, but I figured I'll just
put a hat on it. But Ronit's right. Consistency of message is so important. And yeah, you will change your tone. You will change your messaging over time as it's appropriate. But right now, it's not appropriate. There's fear. There's anxiety about, what the future is going to bring. In terms of our health, it's like there was an article in the Detroit Free Press yesterday from an author who I happen to know quite well. And he's written a bunch of books, and he's talking about, all these kids going to bars, not social distancing and getting sick. And, why do I wear a mask? To protect myself, but also to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's why we do that in the salons. And that's absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't have much hair, as you guys can see, but what little I have had turned totally
I'm
white.
wearing, Bart, I'm wearing your hair for you. You see, I have about 7 people's hair.
Yes, yeah, I could use some of it, believe me. And I color my hair because nobody knows how old I am then. So, and it turned out pretty good. Okay. But the idea is they took a lot of safety precautions. In fact, while my hair was processing, I was talking to a stylist nearby who had finished a client, and she was barbersizing the whole place. And I said, do you wipe that down so you can get your next guest in? She said, no, it has to air dry. And I knew that, but I forgot it. And I said, yeah, you're right. And so that's the 15 minutes between guests.
Yes.
Okay. That's so important. And for my particular salon, I sent them, one of my clients is Spornet brushes. And I sent some Spornet brushes to them. And they loved them. They passed them out to their staff. They've ordered more. And what was really interesting is my stylist at her station had a little Tupperware box, sealed box, with a little clip-on box. And on top of it, in magic marker, she had written, "Dirty brushes here." And I thought, now this is a good message, being the marketing guy that I am. And I asked her about it, and she says, every station has it, and we want to show off that when we're done with your service, we put that brush, or in my case, it's one brush, into the box. And then after about the second or third person, when it fills up, she says, in my 15-minute break, I take it back to the back room and somebody sterilizes all the brushes. And I take another box and bring it out, open it up, and I start the process over. Talk about feeling comfortable. Whoever thought as a guest, now I'm putting myself in as a guest, whoever thought about sanitizing brushes? And I never knew whether they did or not. It was just, she'd reach in a drawer and pull out a brush. I had no clue. Now I know, and I felt comfortable.
And again, we're going back into the messaging that you now want to be relevant and shoot out there. Now, in your opinion, since you've been in the industry for many, many years, you've gone such a diverse career to yourself. I mean, it's pretty impressive. Your innovation, you're always ahead of the game. And I love what we're going to talk about today about video marketing. And, video marketing and video messaging is so crucial right now, especially because we don't have a lot of touching points. We don't have a lot of physical points. And we speak to the emotional, and I think that's brilliant. But before we even talk about the video marketing, in your opinion, what are the most crucial pillars that anybody in the industry, whether you're in the beauty industry, whether you're in the service-based industry, needs to have it so tight to leverage something like even a video marketing?
Think about it this way. There's really 3 pillars, at least in my world. And remember, I started this whole conversation by saying simplify. And I've been called a simpleton by some very good people. Acquisition. You've got to bring in new people, new guests, and also talent, but guests. Let's just focus on guests right now. You got to bring in new guests, and it has to happen all the time because old guests leave, they die, they move away, they get fearful and they don't come back, and they cut their own hair and look like hell. Okay, all those things. So you always have to have a lot of people will call it a funnel to get people to come in. I don't call it a funnel. I call it a pinball machine because there's a lot of obstacles that get in the way from the time they first find you until the time they actually decide they're going to give you a try.
So if they come and find you, where are they finding you?
God only knows. Facebook, Instagram, your website. They'll find you by, years ago, I did a huge study for the professional beauty industry, the PBA, and did huge work, 5 workshops in one day. I'll never do that again. And one of the things that we learned from, we surveyed over 6,000 salon guests.
Okay.
Okay. And Ronit doesn't know anything about this part of it. I never told her this. And one of the things we asked is, how did you find your current salon? The number one way people found, now this is pre-internet, pre-Facebook pretty much. It was just getting started, was driving by. And nobody remembers that except me.
Right.
So there's a lot of people that drive by and they see your salon. And guess what they do? They Google it. Hello, Google.
And where do they fall? They fall right on the number one most important pillar, isn't it?
We're still in acquisition. Hey, okay, this salon looks interesting. What do they do there? And of course, by that, they've gone to your website. And I'm getting ahead of my pillars, but it's appropriate to say it. Your website is your portal to the world. And if you give lip service to it and you don't do it right, you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed. You only get one chance to make that good first impression.
Yeah. What does it mean? What does it mean to get it right?
That's a good question. Every salon is different based on what your services are, what your staff is, what your culture is. But the whole idea is I'm trying to attract you, Ronit, to come visit my salon. Visiting me on the website doesn't put money in my pocket.
Yeah.
Getting your butt in the door and into a chair is what's important. Okay, so what kind of message are you going to put on your site? Now, of course, now we're going to talk about safety. And I wonder how, and everybody has these COVID statements out there, which have gotten real boring and old and dull, okay, because I've seen them in too many places. But how are you going to communicate to me as a prospective guest that you are operating in a safe environment and I can feel, here's my C word again, comfortable?
Yeah.
How are you going to do that? Okay.
So I love that. I love that you're saying you're talking to me. I am your client.
Not yet. I'm not your client. You're not my client. You're my client.
I like that. I am not, but I'm a prospective. Maybe I'll come and see you.
Maybe.
So if you want to convince me, the number one thing is I have to have an amazing homepage that is going to convince me to come see you. And in that homepage, no matter what you do, what kind of business you are, whether you, especially if you are in the service base, in the beauty industry, you want to make sure that it's a very attractive website, very attractive and image savvy. But most important is also, you said, the message. The message has today to say, we are so very safe. And then what does that mean? Even in a website, today it's so relevant. Do you agree with that?
Oh, couldn't agree more. You brought up video, so I'm going to slip this little thought in.
Yeah.
On your website, on your homepage, when I open it up, I want the opportunity to link to a video, and it better be the owner. Absolutely better be the owner. She better look good, or he better look good. Okay, because you only get one chance to make that first impression. And yes, the first thing you're going to talk about today, may change later, is we want you to come in and see how safe we are. And I just made up those words, but you get the idea that I just set the tone for you for that video. It's called a branded video. I don't want it to be more than a minute. Okay, yeah, I want you to quick talk about your services, but everybody knows, that you're going to style hair and you're going to cut hair and you're going to do color, and you can say that in about 15 seconds. But the issue today is to make people feel comfortable coming out of the blocks, and you're taking that seriously to make them comfortable. I even say in my video, we strive to make you comfortable when you sit down in our chair. From the moment you walk in the door, the grand hello to the grand service to the grand goodbye, that's what we're all about. And we're going to do it so you're comfortable, you feel safe, and when you walk out, you look better than you ever looked before. Bingo.
Okay, so that would be your very first touch point with your client, What else do we need in order to have a very strong marketing strategy?
Well, you got to go from acquisition, which we talked about, to the next two pillars, and I sort of lump them together. Okay, retention and growth. Okay, we got Ronit in the door. We took her temperature. She's fine. She's in the chair. She had a good service. Many of you are going to say, oh man, I got a new guest. No, you didn't. You got a first-time visitor. And she's got you on trial, or he's got you on trial. I got to be gender neutral here. That guest has got you on trial, but she's not a guest yet, or he's not a guest. First-time visitor. What's your number one goal? When does your marketing start? When she walks out the door. You better have a robust POS system, and you better have a robust CRM system backing up your POS system. You know, I'll mention that in a minute. And reach out and touch that person tomorrow. Thank you for giving us a try. Perfect opportunity for another video, or just an email or a text message. I'm not big on text, just so you know, but don't tell anybody else I said that.
Oh, I won't tell them.
Please.
We'll keep it a secret.
Texts are great for reminders. Texts are great for up here in Minnesota when they, and it snows and you can't get to work and they close the roads. There's good reasons for texting, but let text be personal between thee and me, and not so much commercial. Don't get carried away with that. But back to that. Okay, what better way than to send a personal video email to Ronit tomorrow, not today when she had the service, because I want her to go home and look in the mirror and say, God, I look great. And then I want Bill, her great significant other, to say, Ronit, you really look great today.
Yeah.
Then I want to hit her tomorrow and say, hey, thanks for giving us a try. I hope Bill said you were the most beautiful person he's ever met. You won't get that personal, but you get the idea.
I want to mention
your marketing.
Brett, I'm going to give a little bit of opportunity here to some of our audience. Kathy is on, and she's speaking and she's commenting. She says, with being a traveling stylist between Arizona and Michigan, I find I'm walking on tiptoes. And how to keep everybody safe is and making sure that they know that they're safe is exhausting. And I hear that over and over in our salon community, how depressing it is and tiring it is, and to go through the phase of adjusting to work with masks and other things. And but it's important that when we speak in Kathy, and we speak in here in terms of marketing, in terms of messaging, it's important to let everybody know that that you have a very safety procedures and you are not letting the guard down. I had a call today with our Salon Cadence members, and one of the questions that came with our clients and our coaching clients is, how do you set boundaries? You know, because there's a lot of people in the staff that don't believe in putting a mask on, that don't want to put a mask on. And some believe very strongly that you need to keep very safe. How do you keep your messaging across the board? That's what Kathy is bringing up. And I'm glad you're doing really well, Kathy. But the important thing is, even the word squeezing people in doesn't feel safe. Everything today has to be pre-planned. Everything today has to be bringing really the security feeling into your community, whether it's your staff community or whether it is your new client's perspective or regular client perspective. So boundaries are very important, and your messaging in your pillar has to be important, Bart. So you're saying coming through the door is your first contact. This is where your marketing start. How does that translate to that?
Well, first of all, Kathy, it is exhausting to make them feel comfortable when you're dealing with people, especially in the salons. Okay. Afterwards, and this is where marketing automation, the CRM system, really will kick in and help you a lot, because the message you're going to send out to that first-time guest, thank you for giving us a try, and I won't go into a lot of words, but re-emphasizing the safety. you're constantly re-emphasizing the safety issue while saying, you know, I hope you look great. And if you got a problem, call me because we're going to fix it. Comes back the second time, she's still not a guest. She's a second-time visitor. Thanks for coming back. Okay. And then again, re-emphasize the safety. Now you can do this, you know, just with an email. You can do this with a video email. You can do a lot of things on your website to make people comfortable, but it is exhausting. And I relate to that 100%. We never had to worry about these things before. And this is COVID-19 marketing. Now we do. So I do understand that. In terms of wearing masks, I see Kathy still writing. The stylists don't want to wear masks. I think you know, it comes to your culture. You have to say the boundary is, folks, team, we're going to wear masks. Anyone who doesn't wear a mask, there's the door.
Exactly.
And you can't. And in this world, you can't have 5 of your 6 stylists wearing masks. I mean, talk about a lack of instant discomfort. Even if she's at the far end of the room, instant discomfort.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want is discomfort in your salon. So the risk is goodbye stylist, but you know what? For whatever reason, she doesn't believe in it. Go find a salon that doesn't wear masks. That's all I can say. And
right, because your reputation, marketing is about your reputation.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about, I love talking about the POS system and the CRM system. What's the difference between a POS system, a CRM system, and then marketing system, which we love talking about marketing?
You know, you never give just a simple question, do you?
No, it's always complex.
I know that. Okay. POS, let's take the easy part first. Everybody's got a POS system. Raise your hands, please. I can't see you, but raise your hands. You all got a POS system. You probably got, you know, 5 different POS systems in this group, if not more. They're really, a POS system is basically a booking system and an inventory system and a keep track of my employees' hours type system. Okay, and it's an operational system. It's not a marketing system. Now, some of them can do emails and can send emails out. That's not really marketing. That's sending out emails. There's a big difference. Do you want a bunch of techies telling you how to run your marketing program? I hope not. And I'm not a techie. I know what I want. And Ronit knows that I'm a data guy. She talked about it. I love data, but I love data to help you make better decisions. So that's POS. Then you have CRM systems, customer relationship management. And I never liked that term because we shouldn't have a relationship. We should love. CLM, I think that's a lot better. Customer love.
Yeah, we love that.
But what that allows you to have is a term I use that everybody in the industry uses in marketing called marketing automation. It allows you to automate on a pre-scheduled basis messaging to go to different guests.
Yes.
I created about 20 years ago a concept called everyday marketing. When I had my direct marketing business, which was mostly in the beauty business. Anybody who back in the day ever got an email or a postcard from Cosmoprof, you got it from me. I ran the Cosmoprof Pro Club program. I created it, and I ran it for 12 years and was their agency of record for Cosmoprof and Sally Beauty.
Yeah.
So if you got one of those postcards 10 years ago, that was me. Pure and simple. I didn't always write them all, but I would yell if they didn't look right or sound right.
But you moved it into the digital world now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, that led me into salons, and I started working with independent artistic salons doing the same thing. And then I moved into value price salons, which I said I would never do, you know, and in less than a year, I had 700 Fantastic Sam franchisees doing direct marketing and rewards marketing in a program called Guests First, which I created. Even the name.
So obviously, when you work with a CRM, you know, platforms, the CRM, whether you're the high value with the luxury tickets, CRM is giving you the opportunity to stay in touch with your client And today we have the automations behind it that helps you manipulate that data or multiply your data.
Multiply is a good word.
Okay.
Here's the key takeaway that evolved after we created Everyday Marketing, on the theory that something's happening in your salon every day. Think about that. Something's happening in your salon every day. A new guest comes in. A guest should have had color 55 days ago and didn't come in and didn't book an appointment. Okay, things like that. A guest left, she's lost. So each one of those guests falls into what I call buckets that we need to communicate with them, and we need to do it in a timely way. It's about getting the right messages to the right guests through the right channels at the right time. Pure and simple. And boy, that works very well. But it has to be done with a marketing strategy, not a technology strategy. CRM was hijacked by technology folks a long time ago, and they shoved me and a whole bunch of other marketers out of the way, and that was wrong. So from your standpoint, it's about finding how to do the right messaging at the right time to the right guests. And we can break guests down. I already broke them down a little bit for you. In terms of first-time guests, first-time visitors, second-time repeats, third-time and beyond guests, and then you have underperforming guests. You all have them. You don't want to admit it, okay? But how many of your guests buy their products from your salon? Okay, how many come in and get styling but don't get a color service or to have nails done, etc.? Every one of those is underperforming. We need to send messaging to those people, not only making them comfortable, but making them buy more.
So what I love about that is that today you get into helping every salon owners that actually is behind the chair and works tremendous amount of hours and building a company. A lot of them are not in a position to move away from behind the chair and become what they need to become, the CEO of the company. So how can they leverage on their time to be able to have a system in place that allows you to always message to your client and make sure that they're coming back? Nobody has the time to write emails, and nobody has the time to really, reach out in different ways, especially these days. But we need to be in touch. We need to always try to keep the people coming back and be other than just giving the ultimate experience. We need the marketing strategies. How can we leverage on our time today?
Well, two ways. One, the CRM systems, and we're going to talk for a minute about Salon Ninja, which is really what I call an end-to-end marketing platform, or at least a CRM platform. Call it what you want. It's a technical platform, but it uses technology to identify potential guests. Underline the word potential, whether it's through their social media activities, where they're poking around on websites, their Google searches. Find me a salon in Wayzata, Minnesota. Those kinds of things, and they capture that information, and then they start putting ads on your Facebook page, and they start sending they'll send a text or an email. Hey, saw you were looking around. Have you checked out our salon? And if they do get to your website, that's golden. Okay. But just getting to the website isn't enough. But it's automated. You have to do some hard work in the very beginning to get it set up right. And you need someone like myself, or people like me who understand this whole thing. And don't be caught up by the social media gurus who think they can do that. But you want a marketing strategist that's going to help you write that copy. And once you write the copy, it's pretty golden. I usually would, with the exception of birthday messages, I never changed birthday messages because nobody remembered a year ago what I said. But, with the season, we're going to go in and change our color palette a little bit. We're going to go in and write something that might be a little different because hair changes over seasons. Okay. And that was always my mantra, is to drive everything off of seasons.
So marketing agency will basically are going to take care of all the communication part automate the process, and that and take care of the maintenance of the process. So basically develop the messaging. So for example, if we want to have a great website and a great messaging on that website that speaks to that guest, the ultimate guest that we want to, that's what a marketing agency will do.
They understand the business, yes.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about prospecting with Salon Ninja, I mean, they have a very robust platform, very robust platform. And one of the things it allows you to do, because folks, you're not going to get away scot-free. There's still work to be done, but we want to minimize it. But, you know, that's why hopefully you have a front desk team that can monitor incoming messaging from potential guests after we've sent them a message. There still needs to be that connection back and forth. Okay, but we're letting the machine, we're letting the system do the bulk of the work. But you don't get away scot-free in terms of time. But you know, that's where you have to manage your time. If you have a front desk staff, that's how you utilize them. If you're using someone to do, and it could be one of your stylists who, you know, went to school, learned a little bit about communications and marketing and knows how to do it. You know, take advantage of those kinds of people, even within your staff, to help. I know a lot of salons. I push this so hard with salons, and some of them could do it and do it well. And others said, no, you have to do it.
Hi, Shelly. Hey, Shelly. It's so good to see you. So good to see you. You know, Bart, I think in terms of communication and automation, it's so important to install in your salon right now anything that you can do to generate not streams of revenue, but rivers of revenue. And there's nothing more important right now to automate the processes and bring as many things into almost like a time efficiency. So Salon Ninja is really great to have that platform, but I really do like what you've been working on as a video marketing. So I'd love for you to go over really quickly, briefly, on the purpose of video marketing.
The purpose of video marketing, very simply, is to get you more personal with everyone you want to reach out to, whether they're a prospect or whether they're a new guest or whether they're just guests and you want to talk to them. That's one part of it. The other part of the personal part is video testimonials. Okay, I can't tell you how many salon websites, when I scroll down, oh, there's some words written about, you know, what a great salon this is. It would be a lot more powerful if it was Ronit talking about the salon and what a great service she got. And it'd be even greater if she was sitting in the chair in her mask while she's talking. And, you know, when I was doing, we did a number of emails for Spornet, and one of the things I said in the emails that got a lot of interesting laughs and traction is, you might be wearing a mask, but everybody can see your hair.
Yeah.
Think about that for a moment. Think about that as your own campaign. Everybody might be wearing a mask. I hope everybody's writing this down. Everyone is wearing a mask, but everybody can't see your face, but they can certainly see your hair.
Absolutely, they can certainly see your face, and you know, and the smile comes.
I can't see that.
No, you can, because you're wearing a mask, but you can see your hair. So the video becomes to be a more of a form of sending a message. Is it a 30 seconds video? How does the
testimonials we cut them off at 60 seconds because then you're talking too long. The average video is about 38 to 42 seconds on average. Yeah. But here's the beauty about a video testimonial.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one.
Very important.
Number one, it gets, you know, you send out you ask this person, can I do it? Would you do a video testimonial for me? Okay. And she can literally plug it in on her phone and they can do it, or she can send the person a request to do it. And the guest shoots a video and says, I just had the best service ever at Ronit Salon.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Very short and sweet.
Yeah.
We send it back to her and say, thank you so much. Would you be kind enough to put this on your Facebook page and maybe your Instagram page if you have one. You've already put it on yours as a salon. Excuse me. Put it on your page. And you know what? This person is probably going to love to do it because, you know, she already did it.
Right.
Now, all her friends, her Facebook friends, see her video testimonial about your salon.
Yeah.
You talk about rivers of revenue. You can have rivers of customers because or guests. You're going to have rivers of guests going to your website, finding out what you're all about. So you better have a really good website, and they're going to take that next step. You just increased your visibility by
100%.
by however many people she has, you know, on her Facebook or Instagram page. It is a marvelous digital way to extend your reach.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's video testimonials. The other part is brand videos. You can do anything you want. These are 60 to 90 seconds. Don't like to make them too long. People get bored real quickly. And what that does is, you know, as a salon owner, you may want to introduce Ronit as your newest stylist. Hey, we'd like to introduce Ronit as our new stylist. She starts on Monday, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Say a couple of words, Ronit, and Ronit can say a couple of words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or I want to call out Bill. You know, this is his 10th anniversary here, and we're going to have a party and whatever. You know, those kinds of things. Or I just introduced a new product from Matrix or from whoever, from Goldwell, whatever it is. So we've got a new color formula. And now, instead of just sending an email, you've now personally endorsed Ronit as a new stylist. Bill is a longtime stylist and a new product. 60 seconds. Here's what it does. You're done. Okay. But now it's coming from you or the stylist.
And it's very personal. You can even send a message. I'm looking at Kimberly. She says the eye smiles behind the mask. And you can even do a video message with your mask and do something funny and send an email and say, hey, look at my eyes. I'm smiling at you. I'm thanking you for coming today. I am giving you such a hug through my video emailing. I can't wait to see you next time. And we're going to have a great time together next time. This is such an easy message to do it. Like right now, how we're speaking together, and send it to your client. It's so personal. It's something that not many people do, or not many businesses do. And since we are in the touch and feely business, we have to do different things today. So I love that video marketing. Bart, where can we find more information about that video, and how can we bring it into our salon operation?
Okay, I put my email address on the bottom here. Hopefully everyone sees bsforeman43 at endgamems.com. Bingo. Jot that down. Send me an email and say, I want to talk to you about video marketing, and I will reach back to you and via email, and then we'll connect and we'll talk, because I like dialogue, as you can tell. Okay, but we'll send you some information. I'll give you a quick 5 or 6 page PowerPoint you can plug through and look. There's some really good statistics that support this. I'm a data guy. But also you'll actually see a video testimonial. You'll see me talking about Ronit's salon. Okay, so that gives you that opportunity. You suddenly see these things happening. I'll wear a different hat when I do that.
Now, let me ask you 2 questions, and we're coming up into our hour. We got 5 minutes to wrap it up. You see how quick this is going? It's always goes so quickly. But 2 questions for anybody to learn, easy peasy to learn about the art of marketing today, the game of marketing. What book do you recommend, and what would you want us to go learn as quick as possible, so we can delegate the marketing operation to the right people?
I don't know what book to really recommend, because it's changing so fast.
Yes.
I got a whole shelf down here full of books, whole shelf full of books. There's a book called Marketing 4.0 that I really like by Philip Coulter, but it doesn't really apply, but it talks about the stages of marketing and where we've been. And one of the things I will say for most websites, is you guys are, a lot of those websites are what I call marketing 101. We're talking about features and benefits. We've got to move away from features and benefits and get to marketing 2.0. I said 1.0, 2.0, which is basically the old Peppers Rogers of one-to-one marketing.
Okay.
We've even gone about that. We've even gone beyond that, and now we talk about engagement and excitement marketing and how we engage with people. And that's what video is all about. That's what email is all about, engaging with people. And marketing 4.0 is putting it all together.
Okay.
It's putting it all together. But
Marketing 4.0. I love that. Okay.
Go find a book and get this stuff out of a book. I wouldn't waste your time. You got more important things to do, as Kathy and Shelley have certainly pointed out over their chats. Okay, and it's a matter of find somebody you're comfortable with. There's that comfortable word again. Not about safety, but about marketing. Look at Salon Ninja. Look at Salon Ninja. It's overwhelming. I will warn everybody right now. It can be so overwhelming because it's got so many bells and whistles, and other things beyond bells and whistles. And you want to pick and choose what you want. You want to grow into it. Don't just take everything, that they have and try to throw it all in at one time. If you want to be totally overwhelmed and uncomfortable, do that. Take it in stages. Take it in stages and work your way through and add when you're comfortable. There's that comfortable word again. That would be my recommendation.
And I think it's so relevant. I think if the audience can take a couple of great ahas from today, and by the way, we just got off doing a 3 hours workshop to our clients, and we were talking about the importance of messaging, the importance of automation, and the importance of delegation. Listen, you guys, you cannot do everything all at once. You cannot do it all by yourself. You need to pick your vision. Is what do you actually looking and want to do? And once you know exactly what you want to do, you need to have a marketing company that can deliver your message, and or a marketing coach or marketing tutorial and the automation behind it. And in order to get that, you gotta come to the resources and ask questions where you can get the best advice. So right here on Huddle Time with Ronit, every week we bring to you a very important element and smart people and innovators and that are bringing some really good tools for us to make our life more profitable, more fun, especially today. So if anybody can get one big aha today, I'm asking you, all of you, what is the number one that you're going to take from today's conversation with Bart Foreman that can make your life easier? What would it be?
I'm not sure it's going to be easier, but it's going to be better. It's going to be more profitable. It's going to keep your guests coming back. Is it going to be easier? No, I'm not going to. I refuse to ever claim that I'm going to make your lives easier, because I can't, and neither can any other marketer. If a marketer comes to you, an agency comes to you and says, "We'll make your life easier," run. Your life isn't going to get in COVID-19. It's not going to get easier. But I'm just loving what Kathy said as I'm looking at the chats here, that she told her clients in a video prior to coming to Michigan that I won't give you a hug, but I will give you an eye hug. What a wonderful thing for you to do. Congratulations, Kathy. Smart thinking. She's got it down pat. She understands. Okay, because an eye hug is another form of being comfortable.
And that's what it's all about. It's all about keeping everybody feeling safe, comfortable, and telling them that. And if you cannot do it with hugging, you can do it with videoing. And I think that's the biggest aha, the biggest message. Hi, Tina. She says video emails, folios, UPS, apps, 3 stages of guest engagement. Woo! A lot of work gotten done today, Tina. So good for you. Thank you, Bart.
Thank you, Ronit.
Thank you so much for
everybody who's been posting all these comments, and I'm trying to read them while I'm talking, which proves I can sort of multitask, which you guys have to do every day, and that includes your marketing.
Absolutely, absolutely. All follow up. So we're going to be coming back to you in 1 week. I can't wait to have Brent on our show next week. We're going to be talking about, and we're going to have a couple of more people coming up. We're going to be talking about a lot of events that are coming up. How can you get more educated? How you can be more profitable? How can you navigate through this crazy times that we have, and innovate and be successful and manage your happiness where it needs to be. So I can't thank you enough, Bert, for coming up, and hang on the chat as we come out of broadcasting. I'd love to just give you a big hug through video. Thanks,
Well,
everybody.
you can do it with your eyes, you know.
With the eyes.
Yes,
with the mask.
Hey, let me close with one last thing.
Yes.
You mentioned it earlier. End game. What's the end game? It's new thinking, it's new vision, and it's new energy. And my tagline is, we create energy. So, and that's what I think every business needs, whether you're a salon or not. We need energy, and COVID-19 has drained us. And looking at your comments, you know, how has drained us of energy, not only marketing energy, but energy. So from a marketing standpoint, create some energy.
Absolutely.
That's my closing line.
Absolutely. I love that. So really bring energy into our life back. And how can we do it if we can just collaborate with some really good platforms, some automation, and have a little bit more fun time. And we're evolving, Kathy. That's exactly what we do. So let's do this together. Come see me at RonitsCoaching. Come say hello. Visit me anywhere you can on our social handles. And if you have any questions and you need anything, please let us know so we can bring to you what exactly you need. More energy. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye.